All right, welcome back. Spring running season is here, and St. Louis is gearing up for one of its biggest annual events, the Greater St. Louis Marathon. The race highlights our city's iconic landmarks and growing running community. Joining us this morning is Mona Vespa, president of Go St. Louis. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Of course. So first off, just what do you think makes Greater St. Louis Marathon such a standout event for runners across the Midwest?
You know, St. Louis is such a welcoming, friendly Midwestern city. I love that. It's also an easy drive for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a great tour of the city. There's landmarks, there's neighborhood. It's just an awesome way to see St. Louis.
And I know that you've said that St. Louis has really become one of the best running cities across the country. What do you think is driving that growth right now?
Oh my gosh, it's all of these awesome clubs that we have. There are so many great ways to be a part of a running community, and I think for people looking for something to do, meet people, like what a great way to do it, at being active and healthy, and we have a lot of awesome clubs, so that's what I think.
And you know what? I feel like running is really booming nationwide. If you look on any type of social media,
Yeah.
You see more people are like, oh, I got into running this year and here's why, yada, yada. What do you think is sparking that trend across the country right now, and how do you see it happening here locally?
It's that same thing. I think
Okay.
it's people looking for connection. I think they're looking for ways to be a part of something, to feel like they're a part of a group. What better way to do it than get out and move your body? I also think running, like I've thought this for a long time, it's nice to talk to people when you're doing something. You're not just sitting there looking at each other having coffee. You're like moving. People talk about stuff. Runners talk about all kinds of things. And you know, I've loved seeing the local community. There's just pockets of groups and everyone's got their own niche and they all come together. It's just an awesome thing.
Which is so impressive that people can run and talk at the same time. I mean, some people can't even keep their breath while running.
Well, you know, you can walk too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I love that though.
Yeah.
You mentioned it, but one of the things the marathon is so known for here in St. Louis is that it showcases St. Louis neighborhoods and landmarks. What can runners expect this year with that?
Oh my goodness, it is a great tour of the city. So we start right in the heart of downtown. It goes into the Gateway Arch National Park, so you're actually getting to go through a national park. Goes over the Eads Bridge, so you're going over the Mississippi River. It goes through Lafayette Square, Soulard. We're going through SLU's campus this year for the full marathon, and the full marathon is even going all the way out to Forest Park. So it's an awesome tour of the city.
And we know that Go St. Louis actually recently commissioned an economic study impact. What did that reveal about the marathon's effect on our city?
You know, it's a great thing to bring this many people into St. Louis, and so with that comes there's visitors who are staying downtown, they're enjoying restaurants, they're staying at hotels. So, you know, our goal is to just bring people into the city and showcase it, and it's a great thing to be able to do that.
And you know what, you mentioned the strong network of running clubs and training groups that St. Louis has. How do you think that these communities have impacted running here in our city?
Well, one of the greatest things we have, and what you want to have on a course, is like a ton of energy.
Yeah.
And all of our running clubs come out, they have cheer stations, like they make it feel just like a 26.2 mile party. And that's what you want. Like that makes the city feel alive and feel vibrant. And I'm so grateful that all of them have really come out to support in that way.
I know that there are so many people now that, you know, are traveling to run marathons, and a lot of people are choosing to run marathons and picking specific cities, right? What do you think makes people pick St. Louis when they're looking at a marathon to run and they're just gonna go wherever they want? Why do you think St. Louis is one that people choose a lot?
Well, luckily, word of mouth is a good thing.
Yeah.
Runners talk to each other, right? So what we know is that people come, they have a great time, they saw all the energy on the course, they saw all these landmarks, and they go back and tell their friends, and then they bring a group the next time. And so I think that's always our best marketing resource, is having word of mouth, is people talking to each other, and we've really gained a lot of good momentum in that area, so it's awesome.
What year is this for the marathon, and then how have you seen it evolve over time?
This is our 26th year of having a St. Louis Marathon, and you know, we've had so many evolutions. Running has changed so much, and what I've seen, again, back to that community piece, is that people really want to come out with friends. They want to celebrate the day. We have a post-race party with live music. You know, and I think people really enjoy that, and so as it's evolved, like we've made it into more of just a celebration of St. Louis and a celebration of running, so it's great.
What day is the marathon?
Marathon is on April 11th.
Okay, perfect. Can people still register?
Absolutely, they can. Yep, our registration is open through race weekend.
And how much is it?
All prices are all different. So from a full marathon, we have a half marathon, a 10K, even a 5K. So all different distances, different pricing points. It's all on our website at gostlouis.org.
Perfect. And one quick thing. What do you say to people who may have been itching to want to start running, but they're just nervous or don't know how? What's your pitch?
My pitch is come out to a race and watch it first, because what you'll see is that there is no I'm a runner and I'm not. Everybody can look like a runner, and everybody can be a runner. You can start walking. And when you go to a race and you see that, you see so many different kinds of ages, abilities. And I think it's that moment where you're like, oh, I can do this too.
Also, when you go to a marathon, it's so emotional because it's so, I mean, when people finish it, it's a pretty big deal.
I have said so many times there's nothing better in humanity than standing at the finish line to a marathon.
Right, and
It's
I
awesome.
love on social media seeing the clips after marathons
awesome.
of like people. It's so exciting.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
thank you so much. We're
Thanks
excited.
for having me.
All right, we'll be right back.